For 60 days, I worked out like Gordon Ryan, the greatest no-gi grappler of all time. A few years ago, he had an insane transformation. He went from a skinny dude to an absolute unit in just 18 months. I'm a jiu-jitsu competitor, and despite jiu-jitsu being the gentle art, I think it would help my jiu-jitsu a lot to get stronger. So for 2 months, I followed Gordon's workout plan, then entered a Jiu Jitsu tournament to see if it improved my performance. The results ended up being pretty crazy. The first thing I did was buy his $100 workout plan, which is a lot cheaper than his other instructionals. In it, Gordon shows the different workouts he does and the different foods he eats to put on muscle. He mainly does bodybuilding workouts with the goal of gaining size, which is what I need, to be honest. This is my physique starting out. I have pretty low body fat, but I could definitely put on some muscle, so I hit the gym. I mainly focus on back and biceps, along with some chest. Gordon said he doesn't work out his legs as much because if they become too big, it becomes hard to lock up triangles, which is good for me because I hate leg day. I was working out 3 to 4 days a week, and honestly, it didn't hinder my training. If anything, after 10 days, people were telling me I felt stronger, but the true test would be at the end, when I competed in a Jiu Jitsu tournament. I worked out more, and by 2 weeks in, I could already see myself gaining muscle. But Gordon doesn't just show workouts. He also shows the different recipes he used to become the absolute unit he is today. Some of which are kinda questionable, like his microwave bacon. I tried making this, but I put it in the microwave too long, and yeah. Gonna have to try making that again later. You might be wondering why I'm using this band for my pull-ups. Well, Gordon likes to use drop sets when he works out, meaning as he goes through his sets, he keeps lowering the weight so he can still get all his reps in and fatigue the muscles. I'm using the band to make the pull-ups easier on my final set, but I'm having some trouble here. One of the hardest things for me was getting my protein in every day. Each day I was trying to eat about 150 grams of protein, which can be a struggle. So I bought some protein powder, which really helped. And with it, I was able to make Gordon's Swole Bowl.
Pretty good.
I kept working out, and by day 30, I really started seeing some results. Mainly in my lats, because I was working out my back a lot, which I feel is pretty useful for jiu-jitsu because you have to pull people towards you. In general, I was definitely getting bigger and stronger. But in my last tournament, I lost because of a lack of wrestling. So I worked by wrestling a bit too. Before I continue on with this montage, I have to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I know Gordon's definitely taking some supplements on the side, if you know what I mean. And like most jiu-jitsu athletes at the highest level, he's not all natural. But to get a physique like his, you have to put in long hours at the gym. So he definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to working out. Just had to say this before the comments came in. I kept working out, but honestly, most days I really didn't want to. But the thing that kept me going was knowing that I was becoming the best version of myself.
I feel like I'm filling out this rash guard more than I was before. Gained about 4 pounds. I feel like I'm looking bigger. And yeah, it's been good.
My guard passing felt easier. The competition was drawing closer, but the work didn't stop. On day 50, I got around to making Gordon's microwave bacon again, and before I knew it, it was day 60, and I had reached my final form. I could tell my lats, biceps, and chest were all looking bigger. Now all that was left was to put the workouts to the test in the Jiu Jitsu tournament. It's time to find out if I just looked better, or if I was actually stronger.
Here's my first match. My opponent starts the match by underhooking my leg. He throws my legs to the side and goes for the pass. This is not how I wanted the match to start. I bring my knees inside, but he keeps putting on pressure, so I frame him away and throw my leg over to defend. But out of nowhere, he falls back on a straight ankle. So immediately I put weight on my foot to defend. By doing this, he can't extend me out to finish the straight ankle. I clear his foot from my hip, I keep pressuring in. And because I went from bottom to top, I end up getting 2 points. I pummel a leg inside and lock up a body lock. This is where I felt the strength training start to help. I felt really strong here, and that I'd be able to control this position without much trouble. I bring my leg around to pass his guard, and he starts bucking hard, and is able to come up to his knees. He rolls, and I throw a hook in. And as he brings his back to the mat, I start transitioning to mount. Now from here, the referee from the match next to us calls timeout. And I think it's for us, but the ref's like, nah, keep going. My opponent bridges, so I slide my knee up and chair sit to take his back. And once I get my points, I switch to a body triangle.
This gives me more control over his hips.
I'm able to get under his neck and lock up a rear naked choke for the win.
By the way, every week I'm sending out free jiu-jitsu technique videos, which you can get in the link in the description.
Now my next match. I saw this guy had good wrestling, so to start off the match, I pretend like I know how to wrestle. Then I just pull guard. I grab his ankle and he rips out so hard that he ends up cramping.
Bruh.
We reset. I grab his ankle and go into single leg X. I start kicking him forward to get his hands to the mat.
He starts pressuring into me, so I kick him forward and attack his other leg. By kicking him forward, he's too occupied keeping his balance to attack me. I go for a belly down straight ankle.
His ankle starts slipping, so he used the opportunity to come on top. However, he's able to push me away and get up. I pull guard, and my opponent decides to make a very unfortunate mistake. He falls back on his straight ankle and starts reaping hard, which is not legal at this competition, so I do a bit of pointing as I look at the ref, and he gets DQ'd.
I didn't want him to get DQ'd there, but hey, a win's a win, am I right? With that win, I was in the finals.
I knew my opponent had good wrestling and a really strong double underpass. I've struggled with wrestlers in the past, but could the strength training I did make the difference here? I vert under him, and he starts looking for my back, but I'm able to free my legs, and I see an opportunity to go for a triangle. I come up, but he's able to bridge and get his head out. I try getting around to his back, but he's able to wrestle me back down to the mat. He starts pressing into me, so I grab a pinch headlock, and when he pummels his arm out, I go for a butterfly sweep. He denies the sweep by coming up to his knees, so I fall back for a guillotine. He tries jumping out, but I punch in an underhook and come up for the pin. He's able to put me back in his guard and free his head, but I still got 2 points for the sweep. He grabs his shoulder crunch, but I'm able to use this to hip switch and pass his guard. I'm not able to solidify it. He's able to recover, but I keep putting on that pressure.
I go for the knee slice.
I start getting pretty close to the pass, but he's able to push me away and start coming up. Time was running out, and if I didn't get my guard passed, I'd win the match. But my opponent starts going for the double underpass. I saw him hit this on all the other guys in the bracket, so I knew he was good at it. So I go all out defending it. I push his grip up as I strain out my legs to get them free. He throws my legs to the side and starts trying to finish the pass. But I push him away hard. Every workout I did prepared me for this moment. Time ends up running out,
And I win the match on points. The workout program really did help. Subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and go to the link in the description to get sent a free technique every week.